How are you?
Good. How are you?
Please sit down. Very well. Very well. Thank you for coming at a short notice invite.
It's okay.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Good.
4 months, right? Is it 4 months?
Yes.
Wow,
January. Yes.
That's quite. Time's flying. It's flown by actually. And you're 31 kg
Sorry?
down.
Yeah,
31.
yes. Yeah. Is it 31 or is it more than 31?
Well, I mean, of course, there's always a little change. I mean, our records say
31
31.
kg. Yes.
That's actually very impressive, actually, for 4 months.
For 4
Yeah, in
months.
some ways, it's always a good telltale sign for further progression, as you know. Obviously, the big questions are whether how deliberate are you about everything, what you do, exercise plus hydration. Are you with me? Are you really in the driving seat? Because I think that helps. Because I think if you are, then I think you're likely to keep adjusting appropriately, obviously to sort of make sure that obviously there's no I suppose there'll always be detours.
Yeah.
But you know when they're coming, or you know how to get out of them. You know.
Yeah.
So maybe give us a little summary. What are the things that you've noticed that are the really highlights changes? What are the highlight changes in your experience?
My experience.
Yeah.
Okay. I crossed my leg. I couldn't do that before.
And that's comfortably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stylishly. I like it.
So that's one.
Yeah. It's just a lot easier in terms of mobility. I walk around a lot. I just a better outlook on life. It's been a bit more interesting for me as a person, as a wife, in my home. It's very
That's got a lot of
interesting.
hidden messages.
That's all I'm going to say.
We're not going to go into it, but I think that's I kind of see and hear what you're saying, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is
for everybody. You, him.
Yeah.
So yes, good.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the ones that are around your relationship to yourself? Maybe like a confidence piece, self-belief, maybe self-esteem, maybe I don't know.
Well, yeah.
You're a psychologist.
No, I'm not.
You have a background in. What's your background? What's your
finance and chemistry.
But do you have any idea of the psychology of the conversations that you have in your mind and your head? Do you pay attention to them?
I try to.
Have they changed?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
So I think for me, it's just I didn't realize how dependent I was on food. Um, I remember when I first spoke to you and you said it was an addiction, right? And I was taken aback, right? Just because I was like, I didn't know that I had one, right? I think food is one of the ones that people don't necessarily talk about just because it's not seemingly harmful, but it actually is, right? So it was when I went through the surgery, I realized how dependent I was on food, right? So my emotions, and I spoke to Sharice about it. My emotions, when I was happy, I ate. When I was sad, I ate. When I, had to get through stuff, I ate, right? And then you find out that through the surgery, you can't actually do that, right? So I find that my relationship with food has changed dramatically. Some good, some, still learning to get used to. But I think that that's one of the most interesting journeys that I have, experienced through this process, right? And learning to appreciate it as much as possible, learning to choose the right foods at the first bat, right? So, I mean, the way I figure, right, my stomach is very small. So I choose the most nutritious first, right? So that's how I tend to sort of do that, just so that I get filled up on the right things first, before putting anything else in, or having a chance to put anything else in. So that's something that I have to actively keep doing, and I think that it's been very, very helpful.
I mean, of course, in terms of what you've done in such a short space of time, I think tells a very clear story. So well done. Honestly, I think you're really you're demonstrating that obviously that the surgery is not just about making your stomach smaller, of course, which it is, but it's actually a lot of the other things that happen that are maybe deeper around, I think, maybe conversations with yourself, looking at things from a slightly different point of view, and you're always looking for long, good-term results. So that's really the emphasis on something like, in your case, you lost a lot of weight and you're doing really well. And obviously we want you to continue to do well. But I think the bits of the wellness and maybe long-term results is really what you're doing now, which is maybe have some uncovering in your mind and in your relationship and the self-awareness that arms you for the future. That I think is really powerful. That I think is really what changes the game, I realise, in most patients. So I must commend you on that. That's very, that's deep, that's quite, you have to, have a few, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And it's ongoing, because, emotions, thoughts, feelings, they change. And I think you mentioned your husband and how it's enhancing your relationship together is so helpful. It's not a journey people do alone that I think is not more difficult when doing it alone, or even in sometimes competition or in conflict. Some people do. There's a conflict, so there's a bit of instead of putting your energy and your focus on actually the business of obviously losing weight, but staying healthy, but keeping active, doing your checks, going to the gym, or at least some form of physical resistance work. You're then backing those around you who are maybe in opposition or not in support. That's energy you're diverting and moving around. So I'm sure you feel well supported at least.
Yeah. So that's something I haven't had to worry about. It's been, my husband's been a great support. My family. My mom was here the other day, just helping even to keep in check some of the things that I have said that I want to do, helping to do that, right? So I haven't had to struggle with that. It's just been support from everyone. Quite interesting, like I said, I just, because of what has happened to me, I'm such an advocate, right? So I have my brother, I think I had said that before. He's probably well into hit like about 170 kg, right? And I'm like, no, you need to get this done, you need to get it sorted, just because I understand, the huge benefits it's done for me, right? So I'm such a huge advocate, just to make sure that people are as healthy as possible.
We thank you for that, doing those, telling your story, doing the video. Means a lot to us. I think the community, will be ever so grateful to you. We thank you. I thank you, because I think it's goodwill. It's giving back, in a big way, and we really respect, I think, and appreciate that. I want to thank you. And your story is genuinely, I think, combinations of discoveries, plus feeling good and enjoying all the benefits, but there's a lot of self-discovery going on, so I commend you for that. And you're staying so calm, always so calm, like a cucumber.
She is.
Always so calm.
Really?
So, you are, you should be a negotiator.